Hi, I'm Eric from Bowen, Bestul, and Kramden, and this is Waupaca Local Live. Cool.
You guys, that was just really a great way to open the show. Welcome to Waupaca Local Live. This is our June show, and we have a very special guest tonight. We've got Eric Bestul, and we've got Rex, and we've got Scott, and we're going to get to know these guys a little bit tonight. So welcome to the show if you're watching live on Facebook. Catch us on the radio. I just want to mention something, a really great thing for 96.3. Our local community radio station is now streaming their services. So when this show goes on air next Friday night, you could actually watch it on your computer if your radio doesn't get good reception. So we all live in rural areas, so that's a really great feature that we're happy that our local radio station has. So anyway, without too much further ado, welcome you guys.
Thank you for having us.
How you guys doing? You made it through the storm?
Yes, made it through the storm.
Everybody okay? Everybody's houses and everything?
Absolutely.
Nobody caught up? All right. Well, I do know Eric Bestul. I'm just going to mention that. Well, by the way, my name is Marcy Beaucoup, and I'm your host tonight. Whoops. We already have technical difficulties here. Sorry, Josh. I'll have to edit that. And I know Eric because Eric is a teacher at our Waupaca Community Arts Hub here in Waupaca, which is also sponsored by the Community Arts Board. So Eric, tell us a little bit about what you teach at the Hub.
I teach all kinds of stuff.
It's a long
Ukulele,
list.
guitar, bass, drums. Yeah, I can teach mandolin, banjo, all that stuff. I just like playing a lot of different stuff. So
Yeah.
I like sharing that.
And he also is the owner and a teacher at Lessons from the Art in Iola.
Yep,
So we've just got music schools going up all over the place, don't we?
which is important.
It is very, very important. We can talk a little bit about that. I want to just mention then, roll right into Scott. So Scott is from New London,
Yep.
and you work at Island Music, where you also have music lessons going on,
We
correct?
do, yep. So
All right, that's
in
awesome.
New London area, I'm really fortunate that the community has supported what really amounts to a pretty small little music store for a number of years now. So I'm
It's
really
amazing.
thankful for the community support we see. Yeah,
It is an amazing place if you haven't been there, but
thank
not
you.
only do you guys, you're a music store, but it doesn't feel like that. I mean, it feels like a music store, but it also feels like a community center. We bought some ukuleles from you
Yeah,
guys,
right.
and I came to pick them up, and you had a jam session going on. The whole middle of the store is basically set up for musicians to come. Whoever wants to come, they come, and they all work together. And I think that's where I first saw you, Rex. I'm not sure.
Probably.
I know I saw you at, well, then the other endeavor that you have is you help with an open mic that happens in the New London
Yeah,
community once a month.
the owners of Familiar Grounds years ago came to me and asked about doing something like that, and they've just been fantastic people to work with. And
Yeah.
because they're sort of committed to doing it, it sort of has allowed it to grow into what something could be. So they're just very easy to work with, and it helps keep something going like that. And yeah, I'm very thankful for what they've done, because it helps take people that maybe wouldn't have opportunity to play in front of other people,
Right.
and yet put it someplace with at least decent equipment and respectful audience and fantastic owners of the business that
Right.
want to see the whole thing succeed. So yeah, it's kind of comes back to community support, and everyone sort of working together with
Right.
as little drama as possible. So, yeah.
Well, it was, our little Baba went and checked it out last winter. It was on a Sunday afternoon. And the place was completely packed to the gills with people. I was so amazed.
That was a good one. I
First of
remember
all,
that,
it was in
yeah.
the afternoon.
Yep.
And everybody was there, and there was musicians from all ages. There was a kid all the way up to an older person and everything in between. There were amateurs, there were professionals, and it was just a really great environment. So my hat off to you.
Thank
because
you.
that is, to me, the kind of event or kind of thing that everybody could learn from. So it's just interesting through our county then, Waupaca County, how we've got Iola to Waupaca
Yeah.
to New London. There's just some innovative music stuff going on, and it's for the community. And I think that's, and also a really great teacher. So
Yeah, thanks.
enough babbling from me. I want to get into finding out who you guys all are and where you came from. And I'm going to start with Rex because I don't know you, Rex, but I love you. You have a Hammond B3 portable here, which is just
I have
incredible.
a real Hammond B3 in 1959, and I have two Leslies that I got when I was 18 years old.
Okay, I was going to ask if you had a real one at home.
Yeah, I do, and I toured with it and played with it. And it's been in storage. I still have it.
He's going to bring it tonight.
Where's he going to bring it? Couldn't find enough roadies. So for our audience, a Hammond B3 organ is that incredible organ sound that you hear in a lot of jazz and 60s, blues, rock and roll. It's got that kind of wavily sound. It's a huge thing that you can't just move, right?
Well, there's something to it. If you ever played one, and then you would know, even it got a little goofy in the 60s, they started using a bad word called transistors.
Transistors?
It's a real bad, dirty word. And this thing is so full of tubes. When I would have an issue with a tube, and I'd see it flickering, and I'd find a television store, a half hour before you got to play, buy a tube for my Leslies. But there is no difference. People say, well, I can get computer software to do this and that, and you can't.
You can't, no.
You can't emulate other than the real thing.
Right, and so I just feel like everything you just said is going to go completely over the head of young people. Although young musicians know, I think they know what things are. But you said you had to find a TV store to find a tube. Well, do people have tubes in their TVs anymore? No, they're flat screens. So there's a lot of technology that has been upgraded, but the old sound is actually better. That's why everyone's going back to vinyl and we're using vintage instruments.
Well, that is true. Eric I always say he's born out of due time. He's like an old guy, but he's not.
I'm like
he
an old
knows
guy.
about all this stuff. And then about 10 years ago, I met Scott, and I was in a world of analog, and it was like he introduced me to using a computer. But everything that was built analog was good. Well, the music stores were throwing keyboards out. Everything was going in the dump because it wasn't, chips and digital. Then the truth started coming out about analog here, and this is an old keyboard. It's 27 years old. So the world has changed, but we went through a phase of everything with being chipboards and that, but we went back to analog and tubes.
And tubes,
And
right.
tubes.
You're here. So where are you from? And just give me like a little nutshell of your musical history.
I'm from basically Heartland, Wisconsin.
Okay.
I was a little kid that took piano lessons from an elderly gentleman by the name of Mr. Benning. I didn't have a piano, so I had to use a Hammond chord organ and cross my hands up because it didn't have 88 keys.
Oh, man.
Then when I was 10, I had an organ teacher by the name of Gary Abbott, and I got a Lowry organ. He was a top-notch organ teacher, and then I did that till I was about 14. So he went to the monastery. But basically my background is an organist, and I played in high school band, saxophone, things like that.
Okay. And you must have played with different bands throughout your life?
Yes, but
Okay.
I took a long time off.
Okay. A lot
Like
of
30,
people do.
35 years, because I had 3 kids
Okay.
to
yeah.
raise.
Yep.
But I do, my youngest daughter is, she's an opera singer and has a doctorate in music. She got that in Champaign, Urbana, and she teaches. She teaches at Burlington, matter of fact, and other special programs that she teaches. But anyhow, that's relative to being brought up by
Yeah. Wow. I'm kind of amazed to know you because I see the way you play and just the warm-up that you were doing, and I would just love to talk to you specifically about organ, but we got to move on. We got these other 2 fellows here. Let's talk a little bit with you, Scott. So tell me where you come
Well,
from.
I'm from Hortonville now, and I was lucky that years ago I had more of a manual labor job, and I was in a position to try something different. And I went into this at the time, a little music store in Neenah. And I knew the guys a little bit from going in and out of there. There was 2 owners. And we got along well enough that I said, look, I could help if you want someone now. And I just happened to walk in there at the right time.
Huh.
And I've pretty much been there ever since. I was really lucky that my boss, Randy, took a shot at me and
Wow.
gave me a chance. And since he did, it's 25 years later. And I've had opportunity to meet really inspirational people like this. I mean, I remember the first day Rex walked in. I mean, he's an arm full of
who
wires.
could forget
and,
the first time
right.
meeting Rex?
And it was just like, man, I met this guy that plays this Hammond, and it's just it's afforded me really, really a wonderful thing to see. I love seeing people get started and where they take it. I've been doing it long enough to see that now.
Yeah.
I'm sure Eric's probably in the same boat. And also, I've been able to meet people like Rex that just are, I don't want to explain, you can't explain what he does, he's amazing. So it's just fun to be around. And my inspiration probably before any of that really came from my brother. My brother's just really a fantastic human being. And he's been playing since he was little. And he's just a great guy and a great musician. So when I thought, well, there's kind of a little bit, well, if he can do it, I can do this much of it. And so anyway, that's kind of what got me started too.
So how old were you when you started playing guitar?
I came pretty
As a
late
child?
to it. It
You
was
came late,
probably
okay.
maybe 21-ish.
Oh.
Now, I had fooled around with it before that, but to actually
Yeah.
try to like play it or to get through a whole song, something like
That's-
that,
you know,
that's
so interesting.
that
I
probably
mean,
started later.
That topic
Yeah.
comes up a lot with adults, and Eric, you've probably heard this as a teacher. People just think that if they didn't play as a child, they have no chance, and it's totally not true.
Yeah.
You can learn a new instrument, and
Yep.
whether it's piano,
I've had
drums.
guitar students that started in their 90s, literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that totally.
So I just like to mention that every chance we have. when
Yeah,
we have
absolutely.
a public platform. So,
Yeah.
so that's awesome. So you started at 21. How old were you when you took organ lessons? Probably a little kid,
Well,
right?
they had a Hammond chord organ. I had no teacher, but I taught myself before I was in grade school to be able to read music. And then I got a piano teacher, Mr. Benning, he was in the 70s. And then I started there.
So child, adult. And Eric, what about you? Where are you from, and what are you all about?
I am from Iola, Wisconsin. What am I all about? Oh boy, I'm all about playing guitar and sharing music and fishing and all that stuff. But I started when I was 14.
Okay.
Me and a couple of my friends, Craig and Brady, we just decided out of nowhere that we were going to get instruments and play music together, and made a whole lot of noise for a lot of years. And then after probably 10 years of playing, I always joke that like the reason I'm an okay guitar teacher is because I learned how to play guitar twice. Like I did first self-taught the wrong way for many years, and then when I lived in Madison for many years, went to school there, met my wife and all that, and when I was down there, I started realizing like the limitations of what I was doing on guitar, and started learning. I don't like saying the proper way. I learned a smarter way of playing guitar rather than just brute force. Let the guitar do some of the work for you.
That must make you a good teacher. You know what? I'm gonna stop us now because I want to hear another song from you guys. That first song was called Lotus.
Yep.
And our next song, I gave the sheet to the guys, but you want to just tell me what it is? Oh, it's
Walkin'.
Walkin'.
This one's written by Scott.
And this one's written by Scott. Who wrote Lotus?
I wrote that one.
You wrote that, okay. So we're going to hear another song, and we'll find out more about these interesting fellows in a little bit. This is Eric, Scott, and Rex, otherwise known as Bowen, Bestul, and Kramden. Oh man, I really love that one. Holy cow! I really love that kind of. Is that the chorus that you call that? That where you're going up on the.
Oh, yeah, that's the walking.
Yeah. Well, I could just see Christopher Walken dancing.
It's hard when to count in.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Oh my gosh.
3, 4.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Really well done, you guys. So you guys just recently got together, right, as a group, or how recent is this? You mentioned this as like a your new project, right?
So Rex, was it like February or something when you wanted me to come in and just play some flute with?
He talked to him, and I have talked, because we did play in a hard rock band for a while, a little bit, and we did play some tall.
Yep.
And then he wasn't playing flute. And then he told me he was going to play flute. And then I play in a duo with another guy, and I told him to come by the store. I had keyboards in the back room. And bring the flute, and I said, I wouldn't even let him play the guitar. No, you're playing the flute. And he did.
I needed the practice. I've only been playing flute for like a year or so, and so I was just like, yeah, I mean, it'd be good practice. Come in and work in the situation, and like. Then we were, and this was at Island Music, and we were just jamming around. Then one morning, Scott and Rex were jamming around like they would normally do, and then I just sat in on flute, and we're like, hey, this sounds kind of cool. And then we just started doing that, just randomly get together and play. And Scott had some songs, and then I started writing some stuff, and so yeah, what was it, May, maybe,
Pretty
when
fresh,
we actually
yeah.
started?
That's kind of crazy.
It's
You're
April,
pretty
May.
tight.
It's
I mean,
great
the last
to have
time
the
was super
opportunity,
tight.
because
Yeah.
coming up and saying, well, hey, let's do it right, it's good.
Yeah.
Sorry
about
just
that.
do it, kind of cram a little and come in and do it. So
Yeah.
You'd never guess that you guys were that recently put together.
Well, thank you.
honestly. Well,
Thank
plus
you.
it's original music, so I mean,
That's
there's
true.
so many ways to come to this, but I
Well-
just like you're working and you get to jam while you're working. I just wanted to point that out.
It's pretty cool.
It's a great
Yep.
little gig for
A
you.
lot of times
Yeah.
Rex and I would meet before the store would open, and
We did that for years.
it was just to
Yeah.
be able to do that, just
That is
to
so fun.
play with somebody like Rex. It's these guys are what made this happen, because they were playing. I was just playing with him, and he came and sat out. But also,
Yeah.
everybody knows how important time is right now, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
busy. These guys come to me to practice. So they'll come in the morning before the store opens. They'll put up with whatever happens once it opens, so that we can play for an hour and a half or so and just try to flesh some of this out. So I'm really lucky that these guys are.
Well, we have to come to you because you're in our entire rhythm section.
This is the rhythm section.
I can sit here and noodle all day, whatever. It's like he holds it down. So
But he's an incredible guitar player, because I
Yeah.
sometimes tease him more than I should. I said, here's what we can do to him. We can blindfold him, put earmuffs on, and he won't miss a note.
I miss all kinds of notes. Don't even talk about it.
Funny. Well, so you've got the jam going in New London, you've got the store, and you've got Iola's Lessons from the Art, but there's another thing I want to just pull into this. You've got an open mic happening also in Iola. Yours is
Yeah.
on a Saturday night,
Yep.
and it's
Second-
across the street
Yep.
from your place. It's not even, again, it's musicians making it happen
Yep.
for the business, and it's the Little Wolf Gallery,
Yep,
correct?
Little Wolf Gallery in Iola. We do every second Saturday. We
Second
do a
Saturday.
jazz jam. We use jazz in the loosest possible term, and
Uh-huh.
we will be there most of the time, unless there's
The
something
three
that
of
comes
you
up.
guys?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
do you
kind
play
of
the piano then when you're there, or do you bring your organ?
yeah, he was
I
a
did
jam.
bring the organ, but they had the grand piano tuned, so I did play that.
How's that work? That piano, is it nice?
It works nice. And then there was a gentleman with his two young sons, jazz players.
Yep.
He came in, and then I grabbed him, and I said, you get up there and play flute with us. tell him which one, what song it was.
Yeah, well, the first song they played was Blue Monk, and Thelonious Monk's like my favorite jazz artist ever. So like, I was just like, these guys are awesome. So, but yeah, it was it's just turned into this super fun thing. We kind of just do we're the house band. Like if somebody
Right.
wants somebody to
Yeah.
sit in, but like we just have a lot of fun. Like
So just to, underline the fact that they got a baby grand piano in this place, and it's a pretty small place, so I'm glad that pianos are prioritized there. I'm a piano teacher, performer myself, but it's really a cool thing, and I'd say both of those open mics are open, so anyone that's listening that gets the idea that they might want to either go listen or play, all levels are welcome at both of these places, and they're both
Absolutely.
family friendly,
Absolutely,
which is
yeah.
almost the best thing about it,
Yeah.
although it's not. But oftentimes open mics have different flavors, and this one, like I said, it could be multi-generational. When we were at your place, there was a kid there, 2 kids there too, and I
Yeah,
just think
it's-
that's so important for kids to be able to play with seasoned musicians. So
Yeah, it's been absolutely
Hats
invaluable for my students to be able to have a place where they can just go and get those first shows out of their system,
Just
rather than
play in
having
public.
a bunch of dudes at a bar playing to the back of their heads and they're yelling that you're too loud or something, Like have a
Exactly.
really cool environment for them to have.
It's perfect for young students.
Yeah.
Because we'll sit, we'll play with them, they'll come up and play, and we'll play along. It's like having a house band.
Yeah.
That's so
And
great.
encourage anybody who's there to play.
That's awesome. All right, we're going to do another song. It's going to be called Drenched Rain, as if we didn't have enough rain already this week. You guys, is that why you're doing this one this tonight? All right, whoa.
Scott wrote this one. It's
This is really my brother's progression that he worked out too. So, but that's
Sorry.
Whatever, we're crediting you with it, so.
yeah.
All right, this is Bowen, Bestul, and Kramden, and we're going to talk about your name at the next set. All right.
Sweet.
All right, that was very rainy at the end there. I like that. So would you guys what would you say the genre is?
Prog rock,
Prog
jazz
rock.
fusion.
So progressive rock,
Yes,
jazz fusion. Okay.
whatever you
Great.
want to call it. That awesome
Yeah.
stuff that nobody makes
sometimes
anymore.
it can change. What we're doing with instrumentation right now, but if we switch in instrumentation, let's say you take a grand piano
Yeah.
and an acoustic guitar, it changes everything.
Yep.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
And then the flute is so unique and adding to it. You can add what we do. We took a song. We took a Dylan song, which is done by Jimi Hendrix. And we did it with a grand piano, acoustic guitar, and a flute. It turned out fantastic.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Some of the best versions I ever heard of Lil Wayne.
Yeah, it was cool.
Nice. Now you guys don't generally use vocals at all?
I don't sing unless I have to.
Okay. Nobody else is saying anything about singing, so.
Not yet.
Yeah,
we
okay.
can.
That's a wonderful thing about this is like we could
You can do whatever
we
you
could
want.
come up with a bunch of different things, but Eric's a great boss. He's like, if we have ideas and want to try something, try it.
Awesome.
So like we could be doing a dance song next time. Who knows?
Who knows?
But it's
Waiting for the techno album.
Yeah,
from
right.
there, you know, who knows?
But it's fun because it's part of the creative part of doing music is what I get from these guys. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be here with these great musicians.
This is my
to
favorite
create.
thing to do because I'm not a cover band guy. If you tell me to do a cover song, I'll be rebellious and I'll play something else. And I generally get fired.
He'll bust out the guitar and then
And the gorilla suit.
the gorilla
Yeah,
suit playing across the parking lot.
But Eric encouraged creativity, and we can. There's no rule. We're not scolded or reprimanded by it. He encourages us to go out and explore,
That's awesome.
and that's really nice to do.
We've probably got maybe a couple hours of stuff we could do at this point.
Yeah, just
Well, that was my next question. Are you planning on playing out, or have you been playing out? You got anything
we've
scheduled?
done a little bit. The next, I think, official gig we have is at the Millstone in Iola on July 16th as part of the Taste and Tunes event that
Okay.
we've been doing in Iola for a while, where all the businesses all
Yeah.
have
That's
different
really a
bands
cool-
and stuff. And
It's like your own little mile of music.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
I'm really
that's
looking
awesome.
forward
The
to that.
three blocks of
Yeah.
music.
Iola is a beautiful town.
Three blocks.
Three blocks of music.
Venue, so.
No, I think that's a great event that you guys are doing up there, and that's good that you're going to play out. So, what a nice venue that is. I'm
Yeah,
glad
I
it's
love
still
that
open.
place, Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you looking to play out? Or are you still kind of?
Yeah, no,
Dialing it
I
in?
mean, we'll just see it's just got to be the right place, right people, because, we do what we do,
Right.
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 You're not going to
We're
get
not
much
gonna
out of
play-
us if you're yelling for us to play Wagon Wheel or something like
Wagon
that. You're
Wheel.
not really going to get that. That's not really what we do.
When I was a kid, I wanted to play rock and roll. I wanted to get paid. And I wanted to do it for a living. But there was rules. There was an agent. You had to play this. You had to do that. You had to do that. And it was terrible. You couldn't do your own thing. This is all we do.
Yeah.
We do original. We
You know,
write
and that is the feeling I've got when I went to the open mic, and I went to your music store, and I went to your open mic, and I thought it really changed. I mean, because I've got in that groove of playing in bars. Our price went up, and we're just like, it became work. And I still love doing it, but it rekindled something in me, the energy from you guys. And so thank you for that, because
Wow, that's
it reminded
awesome.
me that there's playing music too.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that grind.
Yeah.
And so
I've
I was
done
really
my
inspired.
time out touring and doing all that stuff, and that's
Yeah.
fun. And no, no offense to any of the bar bands who want to do the cover stuff. If that's what you want to do,
Yeah.
do it. But if that's not what you want to do what you want to do,
Right.
because
So, and thanks for giving
you
us
know.
opportunities like your open mic and your open
Yeah.
mic and your music store. So we're running out of time. I wish we could talk all night, but you know what? I want to hear one more song from
Sure.
you guys. What is it going to be? And you guys are Bowen, Bestul, and Kramden. Oh, that's the right thing. The last thing I wanted to say is your last name is not Kramden.
you are not Ralph Kramden's.
Just a hero.
He's your hero.
I love the pound.
Christopher Walken and okay, all
I'll
right.
give him much more.
And you cannot find them anywhere. They don't have a Facebook page, right? You don't have a Facebook page?
No, but you can
Our
find
website.
if you just message Eric Bestul as me
Okay.
through Facebook or the Island Music, New London, or I don't even know where you find Rex. We don't know where he goes when we're
I
not
mean, you guys
playing
are
music.
you're like secret society musicians,
Yeah.
really. So we can't find
Either
your
that or we
music.
just haven't had enough time to actually put all that stuff together.
Unless you
so.
stop at the store Tuesday morning.
Okay, Tuesday morning at Island Music in New London to hear
But not
these guys
before they
live.
open, please.
Right. But do you have any plans to like get anything on SoundCloud or Bandcamp or anything?
I'm actually in the process right now. I have about a record's worth of stuff written that
Okay.
we're still working out who's all going to play on it, and if they're. I'd like to get some other of my friends involved in the record and all that stuff, but we're good. I mean, we're going to create because that's just what we do. We don't, when we sit down and do this, we're creating because there's nothing written. We have
Total
like this song's like what 5
improvisation.
chords written on a piece of paper, and then we just
Right.
take it from there.
So we are really lucky to catch you guys at this point of this band, honestly, and we will have you back in a
Oh,
year.
that'd be awesome.
Thank you very much for
And then you're going to let me know if you have anything that's ready for public consumption.
Sure.
Let us know if you have any gigs. We'll help you promote it through our
Well, thank you very much.
page and stuff like that. So what's the name of this last song you guys are going to do?
It's called Less Is More.
Oh, Less is More. And this is Bowen, Bestul, and Kramden on Waupaca Local Live. Thanks everybody for watching. And Bye.